Hey everybody. So I'm kind of emotional today. I put down my dog last night and I feel really awful about it. You know, everybody said putting your dog down is peaceful and it's quick. It didn't really go that way for us. I don't have Louie a lot on video. I mean, a lot of times when I video, either my van is empty and everybody's like out wherever we are doing something, or you know, I have a young kid. Sometimes the kids want privacy and they don't want to be on video. And anyway, I have a 16-year-old dog, Louie. He's Black Lab Border Collie mix. I got him as a little puppy at a yard sale. And like I said, he's 16. He's pretty old. But this dog was not like any other dog I've ever owned. Louie never cried, never yelped. I mean, I remember one time, it's kind of funny, but it's really not. We also had a min pin, Henry, a miniature pinscher, in case you don't know what a min pin is. But Henry and Louie were best friends, and they both love to play ball. And the min pin's like, you know, a little bigger than a Chihuahua. They're really small animals, small dogs. And my lab was probably 70, 75 pounds. He was a mix, so. But my son was a little boy, and he threw the ball, and they both went after the ball at the same time from different corners of the yard and had a head-on collision. Literally, like, pushed my dog's, the min pin's head in. It looked like it crushed his skull. It was the worst thing I'd ever seen. And he was running around and screaming in pain. And then Louie was running around the yard 100 miles an hour. I mean, you know, Border Collies have a lot of energy, so don't Labradors. And I grabbed the min pin and ran to the car because I knew he needed to go to the vet right away. He was squealing and he had like corner of his head crushed in, and it was awful. And so I'm running to the car, and my husband's chasing Louie around the yard trying to get him back in the pen so we could take Louie to the vet. I mean, Henry to the vet. And of course, Louie runs straight into a cord of wood, splits open the main artery in his paw, and that thing was squirting blood. I mean, it was crazy. So now we had two dogs in the car being rushed to the emergency unit of a vet. That cost us quite a penny. So Henry had all kinds of skull x-rays and all kinds of stuff done, and I don't know how, but that little guy was okay. He had like a hematoma or something like that. I don't know, whatever. And Louie had to go in for surgery because he tore a main artery. Needless to say, I don't think any vet has seen people rush in, the same family rush in two dogs who had a head-on collision over a tennis ball. You know, there's lots of funny moments that I can tell you. Dogs are like children. I love dogs very much. Sometimes better than people. But so Louie has withstood so many accidents. He was a very smart dog, but he was dumb as hell at the same time. Like, another time I threw the ball and he turned around and he ran right into the fence post. Like, I don't know. You know. Anyway, that guy lived for 16 years as of yesterday. So Louie hasn't been able to walk good. The back legs were pretty much gone. he was doing this funny walk. He would try to walk straight, but his butt would keep turning in a circle, so like the front paws are trying to go straight, but the back legs are going in a circle. And it was comical, but it was sad at the same time, but he still liked to play ball. That was the thing that got me, was like every day he would bring us a tennis ball and say, hey, Mom, Dad, kids, like, throw the ball, I want to play. But then he started pooping in his sleep and having lots of accidents. He was like peeing in the van and pooping in the van, which, he was a big dog to fit in our van to begin with. So, we'd fight over the bed, whatever. I mean, he was our baby, so we slept in our bed with him, or if he slept on the floor, he slept on the floor. He loved camping. Oh my God. No matter where we went, he loved people. He loved kids, and he loved camping. In any body of water he saw, he was in it. And trying to get him out of a lake or a pond or the beach, it wasn't easy. He always kept going. But all the accidents, pooping and peeing, and the rug in the hallway was trashed. It smelled bad. He would get up and he would try and make it as fast as he could to go out, but he couldn't make it sometimes. And we bought lots of pee pads, and we bought the washable pee pads that like hospitals use under people in their beds. I did everything. He stopped eating dog food, and I said, oh, well, time's come, like he doesn't want to eat anymore. But if I cook something for myself or my kids, he'd be right at that stove like, what you got, Ma? So we figured out Louis liked hamburgers, and he loved his fried eggs. So every single morning when I got up and cooked for everybody, I was cooking for him too. He got his own fresh hamburger. He got his own fresh eggs. And he would eat a little bit of kibble, his dry food. Not much anymore. He became finicky. But he was also losing a lot of weight. And everybody kept saying, it's time, it's time. And so I made the appointment. And we had a great vet. We got it during COVID when we were stuck at home. Our vet wanted us to drop off our pets and wait outside, and Louis never really liked the vet. He knew where he was. He knew he was going to get stuck with something if he went in there. So for me to leave him off and wait in the car while he had, shots or a physical, whatever, was very difficult for us and him. So I found this fantastic vet. And she started coming to the house to do all the shots for my cat and my dog, and she was great. And then I called her for that appointment. And so yesterday at 5, she came. And she told me how it would be. Louis was going to need 3 shots. One would, calm him down. She said, he'd almost be asleep. And then he would get a second shot that would make him asleep. And then the third would be the final. And so, everybody was there. Even my son came home to visit and be there. My neighbor downstairs in my apartment I rent to, he came. My son's girlfriend was there. Mandy was there. My husband was there. My son's ex-girlfriend, Haley, who was like my other daughter, she was there. She came out of work. She works at a funeral home, so, she's learning how to manage a funeral home and prepare bodies. So this is nothing to her, but to me it was awful, and I was a mess. And so Louis still wanted to try and walk around. The vet was filling out paperwork, and he went over and nuzzled her with his face. which was awful for me and her. I honestly don't know how they do their job, how they have the strength to put an animal to peace. And then she gave him his first shot between the shoulder blades, and he screamed and whined and howled. I mean, it terrified him. And he never cries over anything. I mean, he's just so tough, and he always hid his feelings. And then he got really confused. And then he panicked and he spun around my living room and he slammed into the big floor fan, that we had on him because it was warm out. And she said, feed him something. And my daughter said, well, he's never had a Hershey bar. Let him have chocolate. Dogs can't have chocolate, but it was his final moments. Let him have it. And he ate the chocolate and he sunk to the ground really slow. And he laid there, and all I could, I looked once at his face and his eyes were just staring off. He was blinking, but he was frozen. He was paralyzed. I knew he was there. I knew he was still alive. This was only supposed to drug him up or calm him down. And all I can remember is that blank stare, which hurt so much. And then I kissed him. I told him I loved him. And I left the room because I couldn't watch the rest of it. And she said he didn't know anything anymore at that point, so it was okay to leave the room, because you should never, ever, ever, I mean never, leave your dog at a vet for his final moments. I read an article from a vet. He wrote it anonymously, basically to tell people off that didn't spend their last moment with their dog. And I have to say, my husband usually spent the last moments with our pets because I couldn't do it. I couldn't handle it. And this was my first time witnessing it. And in that article, the vet wrote that, we take these dogs or cats away from their mothers at 8 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever it is. And we're the only thing that they know. We feed them. We love them. We hug them. We hold them when they're sad. We clean up after them. We are their parents. We're all that they know. And in their final moments, you cannot drop your dog off at a vet for them to take his last moments. That dog is looking around for you. He's looking for its mother or its father or whoever you are. He's looking for you. And when I read that article, I knew I had to be there. And I won't lie, I'm angry at myself today. Because even though, he needed to go down. I mean, he was 16 years old. And he couldn't do the things he loved. He was sleeping a lot. He had a hard time traveling in the van with us. He had a hard time going anywhere with us. I mean, we had to go to Florida without him, and I had to have one of my sons stay behind and take care of him, which I was so grateful for Paul doing that. I mean, he missed a 4-week trip, but today I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm mad. Everybody keeps saying I did the right thing, but I don't feel like I did the right thing. He was so scared in his last moment, and he trusted me, and I feel like I let him down. He was so scared. I don't know if any of you guys ever been through this stuff. I mean, I probably did the right thing. I just thought it went smoother than what I experienced. For me, it was hell. And I can't function. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to eat anything. I just want to tell my story. And I want to tell you that, you know, if you ever have to put your babies down, your pet, your cat, your dog, whatever you have, you know, try to be there. And just know that sometimes they're not willing to go very easily. Sometimes they want to fight hard to stay with you. Anyway, I can't thank you guys enough for listening, and I'm jealous of all you guys that get to take your dog for a walk. Because I can't do that anymore. Not until I get his ashes back. And when I do, I'm going to take him everywhere. That'd be the crazy lady with the dog ashes in her pocket, or maybe get some kind of necklace or something. But today I'm at one of his favorite places where he used to love to swim. Of course, not off the pier, but on shore. You know, and this was the town that I raised him in, and it is beautiful. You can see that. I always say it, guys, you know, life is precious. You never know your last moment, ever. Make sure you do everything you ever wanted to do. See whatever you wanted to see. Sometimes people might not want you to go, boyfriend or husband or something, but you've got to go. You got to fill your destination. You got to fulfill your dreams. You got to live your life before it's too late. All right, you guys, if you'd like to see pictures of Louie and our family and some of the crazy stuff we do and sunsets, we always catch a sunset somewhere. My Instagram is the same name as this YouTube, Lisa and Mandy on the Road. But in between each word is an underscore. So Lisa underscore and underscore Mandy underscore on underscore the underscore road. That sounds really long, doesn't it? It was the best I could do to get the same name as my channel. And eventually I'm going to have to get another dog to fill the spot. Of course, nobody will be like Louie ever, but there's got to be a little pup out there somewhere that'll catch my attention and want to go on my journeys with me. For now, please hit like and subscribe and maybe share your own story with me. I can't thank you guys enough for listening. You really helped me out. Lisa and Mandy on the Road.